You want to build beautiful zoos with modern entrances, but all you could manage are block buildings with an out-of-place habitat in the middle. You want rivers and ponds in your zoo that captivate your guests. But your water level never is right, and you've never heard about plants and stones as decorations for rivers. The habitats themselves were not really pleasant to look at. Now, 2 years later, I decided to take a look at this old zoo of mine and transform it with the skills I have now into what I had envisioned back then.
Hello everyone, my name is Sheen and today I begin renovating this zoo. This was originally a challenge zoo, but I opened it in sandbox. I left every economy setting on, so it should not be different from challenge mode. I set the conservation credits and the money to 0 just to make it a little bit harder because, yeah, why not? And I know once I press play I will get money back because I know this zoo was profitable despite looking like it looks. Yeah, I will start by giving you a quick tour. I mean, it's not that big of a zoo, but yeah, it's the furthest I came with any zoo before I started doing better things in Planet Zoo. So this is the zoo we're working now with, and this is the zoo I want to renovate. So yeah, after the tour I will start a time lapse and try to renovate the entrance area, but I'm not quite sure yet if I want to start with the peafowl habitat, the block of a building for the guests, or these staff area buildings, and what exactly does this do here? Like, there isn't even a keeper's hut in there. Like, what the heck? Okay, never mind this. We're just going to ignore this for now, and I will delete it later in the time lapse. So let's go and take a look at the zoo. And oh, I hear protesters. I don't see them, but I hear them. Oh, there. But they're gone, so it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, peafowl habitat, as I stated, it's just all glass. Not really much to look at in terms of plants, except these plants are just floating in the air. So yeah, good, just nice. Why not? So then, if we... oh, this door seems a little bit out of the ankle. Okay, yeah, let's just go and take a quick look. So now here, this big Asia door, which is actually from the workshop, because I know I'm not able to build this. So yeah, that's something I took from the workshop, as well as this African entrance area. This is also from the workshop, but yeah, let's go into Asia and just ignore everything they want to tell me and just take a quick look. Here is the river from the intro where nothing is really filled with water. You can't see the animals because you're quite far away. There is some animal boxed in a box. Okay, no, that's not going to work, I guess. Let's move you here. Okay. Yeah, everything is full of trash, it's broken, it's really not good. So then a little waterfall, which doesn't look nice at all, but we're here to change everything. Then the overview for the red pandas. Let's just say I wasn't really that good with terrain work and move on. Ooh, a lot of people in there, and they can't go here because I wasn't able to connect these two paths. Yeah, and I also always used the blueprints from the game and didn't bother trying to do anything myself, but that's also going to change. So then, tiger habitat. I don't know if Siberian or Bengal, but this shelter is also from the workshop, so then if we go on, We have a tiger overpass. This is the only thing in this zoo I really like. I mean, it's just it's not nothing really complicated, but it's just cool. I like it. Maybe I leave it. Yeah, and then we just have a big hole here in the earth I made, and yeah, there I wanted to put all these 3 bear species from the game that are from Asia. I think I only have 2, the pandas and the oh gosh, I don't even know which one I put in there. Let's quickly check. It is the Formosan black bear. Okay, yeah. And this is also everything I have for Asia. And then you need to go all the way back. We're going to do this a little bit more quick. All the way back. And then we can go into the little Africa section. As I said, this is from the workshop. And then we can go into the walk-in flamingo habitat, which you already saw. And I mean, it's just, it's not that bad, but also it's so empty. It's so full of nothing. That's oh, and this is floating. Okay. But yeah, I don't like it. And it's you can see the wood barrier all the way around, and it's just a square shape. I don't like that. I really don't like that. So then you have the okapi, I don't know how to pronounce it in English, habitat, and it's also the same thing. It's just totally empty, and they are fighting. Why are they fighting? Maybe I can put you away. Will it stop the fighting? I hope so. So yeah, it's just, I mean, I tried doing something different with the terrain level, but let's be honest, it's not very safe for the animals or the guests, so yeah, maybe I can do something better for them. And then the savanna habitat, but I know here is something for giraffes, but I don't think any giraffes are in here. Let's quickly check. No giraffes, so yeah, shame. Yeah, it's just, it's too much sunken into the ground for my taste. And maybe I wouldn't even do it like this anymore, because you only can view them from above. I don't know. It's just nothing that good. And now we have the hyena habitat. It's just same as every other habitat. It's empty. Like, okay, there's one cave or something out of stones, but except from that, no stones. No rock work at all, it's just plain nothing. Oh, and here, this is also floating. I think I loved floating things when I first started, because I couldn't really see where I put the things, and then they're just floating there because I never looked at them again. So yeah, then you go all around and you can see the hyenas again. Again, not very good. And then you can see nothing, and then you can see the little cave I made. I mean, it's not that bad of a cave. It's okay-ish, but hopefully I can do better now. And then we have another overpass, this time over the savanna habitat. Yeah, it's full of life, except giraffes, because giraffes are not in here. And these special effects is way, it's not where it's supposed to be, but yeah, I'm not really that good at building water fruits now. Let's see how good it will be when I do it again. So, and then we follow the path, and now we go to the America section, and this was built before the South American, I think even before any DLC, I'm not quite sure, but at the time I know I had no DLC, so it's a little bit of a mess because it was North and South American. I mean, we only had the South American tapir and nothing else from there, so I put them just next to the grizzly, but you will see that now. And here I try to make it a little bit more modern with these modern shop buildings that are also not from me, but from the game, I guess. And then we have the grizzly bear habitat, and it's just a little, it's just a mountain or a hill in the middle, and then nothing more. It's not really that good, and this cave is also not that nice. And on the other side we have the tapir habitat, and what can I say? It's empty. It's just empty. And then when we go all the way here, we're at the beginning. So yeah, this is basically the zoo we're going to renovate. And once I am finished renovating, I think I want to build more than what I renovate. So, but first let's renovate and then try everything else. And yeah, we see each other at the end of the time lapse.
So here we are at the beginning of the time lapse. The first thing I did was deleting the peafowl habitat and everything in it. Then I deleted the paths surrounding it. I deleted everything, the boxes, the donation boxes, the bins. So I have nothing that will get in my way when I'm building. And yeah, then I started with the path, and I laid the path how I would like it at first. Then I realized I didn't have anything researched. I don't know why, maybe because I just ported it from challenge mode to sandbox mode, but having nothing researched meant I don't have any pieces that I wanted to build with. So I quickly changed that and began researching. And yeah, as you can see here, I'm using the European walls, the half walls, and yeah, I got my inspiration from the Birmingham Zoo entrance. So in case it looks familiar, that's why. So yeah, I first laid down the path, and then, as you will see often in this video, I needed to do a few things in the zoo so I can build without pausing the game, without the game telling me all these things that I should change. This time it was the tigers. They kept escaping because the walls weren't high enough. Something with the red pandas, there was some sort of issue. I don't remember quite what it was. But anyways, I quickly solved them, and then I tried to decide how the real layout should look of the zoo entrance. I deleted the block building and everything that was in it. And yeah, then I tried to do a little bit more of the layout. I decided to use the stained glass, the aquatic pack DLC building pieces, stained walls, and yeah, I made them kind of look a little bit more grayish. At first, as you can see now, I had two diagonal signs or pieces from the entrance area, but later I decided to scrap one. As you can see there, I decided again to do it, but it's later scrapped, and I put a vivarium there. So yeah, then I put doors where doors would be needed, and after the doors I did the passing. And at first I wanted to just have one passing grid, so yeah, that didn't work out. And now I'm having two, one for the entrance area and then also one for the entrance building itself. Yeah, And after I did the passing the first time, I am now going to, I think I will do the walls next. I'm not quite sure because I'm faster with my voice than what I did. Oh, okay, no, I first put animals in the vivariums, some kind of insects, and the American bullfrogs. So that I will have these, and then I put some walls. Now I put walls up there for the interior, and yeah, it's always the same except for the walls that no one can see from the inside, no guests or no staff member. For this I just did one and not these half brick, half wood walls. Then I decided to change the color of the European brick walls to a more neutral tone so it fits the vibe more of the walls from the aquatic pack. And then I tried a bit of roofing, and I thought you could just spin them all around, so in all three directions, but as it turns out you can just rotate them in the wheel in one area, in one way, so this didn't fit because I just wanted to have the roof go diagonal, a little bit up, but not that much as it would go when you have the diagonal roof pieces, but in the end I needed to do it with them, and yeah, that's what I did. Then I filled the walls so that there are no holes in the roofing and in the walls. And after that I placed bins everywhere, and then I decided to have the whole building a little bit further away from the entrance, so that I can have some nicer entrance. And yeah, I deleted all the passings I did previously, and then I needed to move all the bins and donation boxes that I had placed before. So yeah, after again trying to make the paths connect, I decided to make the roof. So yeah, I wanted to have some kind of like a second roof where it's supported with metal beams, which is basically also inspired by the Birmingham Zoo entrance. So yeah, and after I did these beams, I did the roofing with the real roofs, and then I needed to delete some of the metal roofs I did, the metal beams, not the metal roof, the metal roof also, but that's not the point. So after trying a little bit and finally deciding on just having straight forwards, straight upwards going beams on the roof, on the second roof, I did that, and after that I looked up what I actually called the zoo, and it turns out the zoo is called Into the Wild. So I just made the name tag, made the name over the head of the guests when they will come into the zoo, and then I made the walls so that they connect with the roof pieces. And yeah, it took me a while to do that, and yeah, it was a little bit fiddly to even try to attempt to connect these so that it doesn't look too out of place. And yeah, but in the end you can see it, and I think I did a pretty decent job at hiding it, that it's diagonal instead of straight like all the other wall pieces. So yeah, and then I tried, I told myself if I wanted to make it a little bit more realistic, it would be a little bit more realistic if the metal beams are also on the ground to support the roof. So I just did that. And then I decided, because the zoo is called Into the Wild, and the wild is very green with a lot of plants, so I decided to make in the back of the name I just plant a lot of plants. And at first I only planted the green plants, and after a little while I thought, it's a little bit too green, let's put some other colors in there. And after I did that, I did the whole wall, so again fill the gaps in between the roof and the wall, and then I put ivy on the walls, just to give it a nice touch up. Everything is green and nature and these kind of stuff. And I also put the ivy on the back side. But before I do that, I put 4 research centers. Are they called research? No, they're not called research centers. Anyway, let's just roll with it until I remember the real name for these things. I put 4 of them there because I just didn't want to wait anymore to have all the pieces from the game for me, so that I can build with all the pieces. And oh yeah, there I'm doing the backside of the roof with ivy. But yeah, it's the 4 research centers, mechanical centers. What are they called? Workstations? Oh, okay. Anyway, now I'm doing the interior of the entrance area, so that when guests actually are walking in there, they have some nice walls. It's not the best interior because I'm at the moment not that great at building interiors, but maybe I will go back here and go back in there and try to spice something up. Yeah, then after I did that, I put a few of educational boards here and there and educational speakers. So basically when you enter the zoo, you get as much education as you can possibly get at this stage. And after I did that, I waited a little bit until I could delete the research centers, the mechanical workshop buildings, I don't know. I solved a little issue with the savannah habitat, and after that, I think I was able to delete a few of these buildings, whatever they are called. It must be something really simple, and I'm just not getting the word. It's okay. Anyway, after I deleted them, I did a little bit more passing, and then I decided to have a little bit of bedding for the inner centers, for the inner pieces, so that it looks really like someone had planted these things and not just like it's nature and it's just grown there. So yeah, that's what I did here. And after I filled all of these with these beddings, mulch beddings, I think that's what they are called, I'm not quite sure. After that, I tried to make them look nice. In the end, they all look tropical with a lot of green and only a few hints of color in there, just so it matches the vibe of the roof plants a little bit. It's not always the same plants from the roof and the bottom, but it's kind of similar, so yeah. And after that, I took a look from the entrance where the guests spawn up to the entrance building, and I could not see the Into the Wild signs because, as you might remember, the roof is diagonal and it goes up, so it blocks the view to the initial Into the Wild sign. So I just needed to put that a little bit up, and that's exactly what I did. I built all the ivy stuff again, and then I put animal signs everywhere, so it would look more like entrance for a zoo and not like an entrance for, I don't know, some kind of lawyer firm or something like that. Then on the other side I put a goodbye sign. Then I had some issues with the hyenas, but after quickly solving that, I decided to make some kind of a barrier, like some visible barrier for the guests, so they can see into the zoo with these poles, and I just kind of placed them, like, I didn't put that much effort into placing them because originally I wanted to hide them a little bit with foliage, but I didn't do that. So yeah, maybe I am going to change that sometime later, but I think it looks kind of nice as it is, so yeah. Then I placed these planted roofs, I guess these are. I planted them so it looks more of a lush area, not these green half dry grass that I have, because it's I think it's in a grassland, or no, I think it's grassland. The zoo is in a grassland biome, set in a grassland biome. That's the way I wanted to phrase that. And then I just, on the one side, I just did a nice rock future with a few animals on them, and then surrounded everything with the same plants I put in the middle of the path. And on the other side, you will see me just doing plants. So yeah, that's basically all I did. There were some issues with some habitats, but it's nothing really big that I tried to do, because I just wanted to focus on the entrance. So yeah, in the end I will show you some cinematic shots of what I've built, and yeah, I hope you liked and enjoyed this video. I really love the idea of renovating my old zoos and see what I can do with them. So yeah, I hope you like this as well, and yeah, stay safe and goodbye.